What's up guys, 14SilverX here, and we are continuing to make our racing game. Last time we left off, we should have added the grass effect and made drifting that much cooler and better. And I couldn't post a video last Friday, Wednesday. Cam Studio started acting up again, and I think I found the reason why, so post those videos again. What am I doing? Spin out. Stop it. Alright, so I do believe that we were going to make our CPU even smarter. We're going to make it drift. You know what I'm saying? Alright. So, there's a couple of ways we're going to do this. So I'm going to open this back up. So I'm just going to follow a CPU guy around. Where'd he go? So here's what I'm thinking. He detects whether he's coming in to a turn fast enough or too fast. If he is, he will drift. If he's not, he'll just like be all pro and just take a turn. Like that. That pro turn, you know, and he'll just like drift if he's going too fast. Now, he won't be careful for is that he might like super drift and then super drift again and super drift back, even though that might be pretty sick. Let's try it out. Anyway, so we're going to try to make our CPU drift. And to be pretty honest, I don't think this is going to be too hard, but now that I think of it now, it might be extremely hard. So we got 8. Not 8. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 turns. We're missing a turn. One, 2, 3, 4. Aha! We are missing. No, wait. We have 1, 2. And 3, 4. Let's say you're coming from the other way, though. That would be this one. This one. So we 1, 2, and you got your 3, 4. That's pretty simple. So 1, and then you have your 1. Your 2. Your 3, we are alright, what am I doing? Turn 1, turn 6. Turn 2, aha! We are missing the other turn 2. Alright, so we make that turn 8, and what's the difference? Not much. Anyway, except for how the car reacts to it. So, then you can just make one for, like, turn 8, I think. We have to change it. So wait, turn 1 is also like turn 6. So turn 2 is going from 90 to 180, so that the other turn 2, which is a turn 8, is going from 0 to 90. It's not equal to 90 to positive 5. Like that. Okay. Actually, we need to still stay in here. Open. Thank you. Alright, so we got a car, right? And so when it hits turn 1, it's going to be going down. So if direction, then we do this. So that's the basic if statement. So we need to check its speed. Variable speed to 10. Let's give it some friction too. What's our friction? No. The friction to 0.5. 0.5. And we're going to set its speed cap too. or we can make it press invisible buttons. Because this is just going to set its speed to 10. And will it slow it down? I think it will. Let's find out. Yep, now it's just stopped. And our max speed is 20, unless we're in the grass. And we can also, we can just take copy, paste, ta-da! And then we say relative. So we just basically copy our step event, except it doesn't have a key event where it tells its speed to go up, and we just put that in right there. Cool. Alright, so now it goes pretty fast. And let's watch go by going to the views and disabling the use of views. So that's where it needs to learn how to drift, or else it's going to be stuck. Perhaps it might teleport at any second. So it needs to learn how to drift when it's going pretty fast. How fast? Very fast. Like 20, like, oh my god. Alright, so we got turn 1. And to make this a better example, let's have it drift right in this section. So we got turn 1. What is this then? If this is a turn 1. Alright, this is a turn 1, making this a turn 6. I'm wondering, do we want to make it like be all professional, like break and turn? Maybe you can change it for levels, and then it changes. Like they either drift or break. Perhaps. Now I'm just thinking. Let's just make them drift right now. Alright. So we got, alright. So when it comes into turn, let's make it drift on like the first turn there. And that would be turn 2 and turn 3. So from 2 to 3. So it enters in turn 2. If speed is larger than 12. Why not? Speed is larger than 12, else. Put the blocks here. And what is our main drift factor? If drift is equal to 1, ba-ba-da-ba-dum-bum-bum. Alright, so here, set variable direction to drift factor. And the main start direction to drift factor. Alright, so our maximum drift is 15, we'll make theirs 10. So then else -10. This may pose some issues. Perhaps. Actually, it might not. And I'm going to go with not right now. Alright, so you're going to do that, and you're going to change the way you look. Copy. So in turn 2, if speed is larger than 12, alright, so here's what we're going to do. We're going to say Alright, I'm trying to think this out because I want to make sure that the picture changes. We could just make a draw. Yeah, that's true. Maybe. Could we? Yes. No. Yes. Could we? Ba-ba-dum-ba-dum-ba-ba. Could we draw here? Draw sprite. Subimage. Direction divided by 5. Are we doing plus or minus? Because we are going clockwise, so we want minus 5. Card 2. Don't forget your blocks. Oh yeah, because this is for the turn too. So maybe I might have to switch it. And then we can make our little smoke stuff. Small. Above. Okay. Let's test it out. And this one. Alright, well it drifted, but it didn't give us our turning. It drifts too perfectly. Alright, so we're going to delete that. Smoke is good. Turns a bit perfectly. We can change that. We can beat it out of them. Maybe this will override. Change sprite to car2. Subimage direction over 5 minus 5. Parentheses in places. Speed 0. Action. Nope, I'm still not seeing it. Because the step is most likely overriding. Alright, I know what we're going to do. Alright, so we're going to have to make a drift factor. Alright. This d factor. Value of 0. Of course. Alright, so if it's in one of these turn 2 things, right? Direction to negative d factor. Hold on. Oh yeah, and we'll have the straights reset it. Yeah. Direction negative d factor, and d factor will increase. D factor. Direction to negative d factor will increase by rate of 0.5. Relative. And when we create, d factor will start out as 5. Alright? And then it will hit turn 3, we'll continue to do the same thing. And here we will limit our d factor. Alright, so d factor is ever greater than 15. No, 15's a bit big, isn't it? 10. Oh, I see so many problems right now. Yeah, because then our car is going to have problems. We can't do 0.5. We're going to have to do like 1. And even that won't work. Alright, forget this whole defactor thing. We'll just make it drift. You know, forget that. And this, we're going to cut and paste into every one of the straights. Alright, and then in turn 2, we're going to paste it here. And we're going to say -5. This we're going to change back to like, I don't know, negative 10. Also will be regular. Perfect. And we can just take this part here, right? Copy it into turn 3 because it's also setting direction to like the -5. I'm going to paste. We're going to get rid of that. Alright, let's see how this looks. That looks weird. I think it went out on. Alright, so this sprite thing is just messing it up. How do we do it? We just draw it. We could probably draw it. Couldn't we? Yeah. It's probably better. So here's what we're going to do. We're going to put drift factor back, except it's going to be for a different reason. So we're going to just make it defac. Defac. -5. I think we can leave that there. Actually, no, we can't. Defac 0. Copy. Paste. Delete that. Paste. Delete that. Paste. Delete that. Alright. Now, add event, draw. You will draw this sprite with the sum image of direction divided by 5 plus defac. And in the create, defac equals 0. So turn 2 will cause it to go to -5 if it's drifting. Alright. Copy. Delete and paste and move and run. think it's working. Except the other ones don't tell it to set it back. You know what we could do? Yeah. Views, enable views, except you will follow card 2. Oh yeah. Let's get some full screen. Alright, it looks like it's sort of working. It's getting close to the wall though. Or is it consistent? I can't tell. Alright, so that looks good. So we're going to keep on doing our stuff by still copying that, putting it into also turn 1, paste and delete, and turn 4, paste and delete. Alright, and then what you're going to do is now put it into turn 5, paste, delete, but now you want to change these negatives here to positive, including defac. What are you whining about? It's because there's people outside, you don't know who they are? Because you can't see them? Anyway, so yeah, you make everything positive. Defac is 0. Alright, and then you take that from turn 5, copy it, paste, delete, paste, delete, paste, delete, move. I said move. Alright, so when it hits the wall, it moves to contact. This should also tell it to keep turning, however. So we'll find out what happens. Go. Whoa, somebody's pro. Oh snap. Why can't I see if it's like dead or not? Because there's smoke in the way. And that occurred in a turn 3, so all we have to do is cut and watch. Because it's probably going to repeat, because there's no chaos theory. Oh, because it's touching multiple turns, eh? Snooping as usual, I see. Why would it do that? Hold on. See, once it's pointing that way, it should just keep pointing, right? You were in a turn 6. Direction is not equal to 180. Direction of positive 10. We shouldn't use equals because it's not going to always point straight. Probably. Let's try that. If direction is not larger than 180. That's better. Now the picture's still weird though. Because even when it's going straight. Alright, so here we're going to also put else defect 0. So I'm going to copy. Where was I? Turn 6. Paste. Alright, so we're going to have to move this everywhere. So we're going to copy it. Paste. We have to move it to the bottom. This will fix our graphic image. And let's see how it goes now. Get stuck again. And so that was on A, turn 2 it looked like. Turn 2 it goes less than, so it's greater than 180, so if it's not smaller than. Alright, so are all these ones you want to put smaller than. Turn 3, for all the clockwise ones you want to put smaller. So that'll be 1 through 4. And all the counterclockwise you want to put larger, even though that might cause some problems, but as long as I don't see it yet, and if you don't see it, then it's just a guess. But if you do find it, then tell me, and I can spend like a year trying to figure it out. For example, problem. What in the world just happened? We were in a turn 4. If direction is not smaller than 0. It's because you don't start out. Okay. Never start on a turn. Races don't start on blah blah. Races don't start on turns. They start on straights. They start on straights. What is the matter with you? See, this is the problem. This is the problem, because when you say smaller than, it's not inclusive. Why isn't there an inclusive box? Yo-Yo Games, please add an inclusive box. So you can say it is not smaller than 270 inclusive. Please. Because you can't say -1, because that's technically 355, which is greater than 0, but is also technically less than 0 in terms of direction. Now I have to like redo. Alright, so it's not smaller than 270. Alright, so it's pointing at 0, and 0 is smaller than 270. So you have to say equals to. But see, that's the problem, because you can't say equals to. Save game. Alright, here's what we're going to do. Make them all equals again. Alright. Equal. No, wait. Put an inclusive thing. You could easily probably do that with scripts, but I'm going to like put a thing on the form now. Put inclusive, or else die. Direction, what is this, smaller? If direction is not smaller than, but it is, because it is 0, for example. Are we allowed to say -90? Apparently we are. It just like drifted off the bat. We need to go faster before we can drift. It's definitely not going 15 there. It can't possibly. Direction is not smaller than 90. Speed is larger. Alright, let's set something impossible here. 30. Because everybody knows you can't really do that right now. And if it drifts, I'm going to be really mad. Okay, it didn't drift. Good. So it actually reaches 15 pretty fast. Impressive. 16. Even though that's wrong. Alright, so direction like that. It's not alright. So and then we reach, I believe it is a turn 5. It's not, it's not larger than 0. Negative 90 is not larger than 0, but it's also 270, which is larger than 20, which is larger than 0. So, we're pointing at 270, larger than 0. The direction is not larger than 0. Not larger than 360. I would like to know what happened there. And he just decided to turn up. Because once he hits here, he hits 0. Can we say or? No, we can't, can we? Because of game record. Why can't we just have like a simple set? Set direction to positive 10. What you could say here is because it's this 10, switching from the 5 to the 10, probably. That you have to tell it again. Or you can instantly set direction to like negative. Minus 100 or plus 180. Let's try that. What if we did that? When it hits it, direction will now equal to, so now, like when we're pointing down, we equal 270, right? So now direction will equal negative direction. Alright, so that will put us as negative 270, which is technically 90, plus 180. Alright, so negative 270 plus 100 is negative 90, which will make us point down, and it is not larger than 0. So then we do plus 180. I wonder if we're allowed to do that. That would just make this day right now. Like honestly, I'm starting to feel Christmassy. Can you smell it? It's like a smell. Nope, it's going to spaz out because it's going to be like, I don't want to do that. I like positive numbers. Like, you know what? Well, I would like to have like a inclusive thing, but you don't see me complaining. I just see you complaining. It's like dealing with a whiny child. Alright, well, I will figure out this conundrum later, because I know there's possibly a way, but it's just going to take so much time, because then we have to put in all the other ones. Frickin' direction! Man, come on! I've come up with an idea, but I'll have to tell you next time, because I've got things to do. Anyway, don't forget to save your game. Please subscribe. Already subscribed. Thank you very much, and I'll see you next time.